Welcome to the Elder Scrolls Modding News, a weekly report on the fascinating world of Elder Scrolls modding. Today we start the episode by going over an interesting discussion about how Oblivion Remastered would usher in a modding renaissance. We then test a couple of Oblivion Remastered mods that use the new MCM for mod configuration. We then check out a Skyrim mod that adds some much needed variety to Nordic ruins. Finally, we take a look at two OpenMW mods that enhance your Morrowind experience. I have changed the format of the show to include more mods for a fast-paced experience. I had to do this as the first 24-hour views and comments have dropped significantly after a promising start, as you can see from this chart. These episodes, including testing, scripting and recording, require a significant amount of time to produce. So if the interest is not there, I have to pivot. I ran a poll in our YouTube community section and y'all have spoken. If you enjoy this format of the show, please let me know. If something is not working, please leave a comment so I can improve and make changes. The document with all links is available for your reference, and without further ado, let's get started. Let's begin by examining this interesting discussion in the Nexus forums about Unreal Engine modding. For those who don't follow the Oblivion Remastered modding scene, we have a new type of mod that leverages Lua scripting and the Unreal Engine scripting system. These mods are also not ESP files, nor are they pack files. They use Lua scripts and are packaged differently. MadAborModding is a prolific mod author who has released a bunch of mods leveraging the Unreal Engine scripting system. One Nexus user, Fito, complains about the diminishing modding scene of Oblivion Remastered. Too bad, no one is making mods anymore. Traffic has been slow AF lately. So MadAborModding replies, very little is possible modding wise through the base Oblivion script. But the possibilities are endless when you start modding the Unreal Engine side. Like what you can do in Unreal Engine easily surpasses what is possible in even Skyrim modding. 3AMT, another user on Nexus, is skeptical. They say, this is completely wrong. Unreal Engine is not moddable as Bethesda's Gamebryo creation engine Frankenstein. For example, I want to add a helmet FOV. In creation engine that would be doable in a few minutes. In Unreal Engine as well, but as soon as the game is compiled you will have a hard time doing this. No, people won't come back. Modding this game is very limited and a pain to do compared to older Elder Scrolls games. People will just mod Skyrim. So MadAborModding replies, for gameplay mods, it is no comparison. Unreal Engine is better. As an experienced Skyrim modder, I have found the freedom of being able to manipulate the Unreal Engine side has made things way easier. Like to create some of the spells I made for this game would require me to dip into C++ if I was doing this in Skyrim. Settlement building would have taken years. MadAborModding continues, he says, the functionality is already present on the Unreal Engine side to do a ton of things. It just requires research and discovery. I think this game fully realized could surpass Skyrim as a sandbox, and so that's why I'm trying to hype up what's possible in this game. I thought that was an interesting discussion. I can understand both perspectives here. I feel that unless Bethesda releases modding tools, many budding modders will avoid creating mods for Oblivion Remastered because of the learning curve and limited documentation. Do share your thoughts on this discussion. But I want to say kudos to MadAborModding, who is single-handedly showing what's possible on the Unreal Engine side. Next, MadMod config menu, MadMCM, is a simple implementation of Skyrim-style MCM menus by the one and only MadAborModding. Mod authors can make menus for both traditional ESP mods and Lua-based mods. The default key to open the mod menu is L, but this can be changed in-game through the MCM setting tab. There are very few mods that use this MCM system. MadAborModding updated his older Unreal Engine scripting system mod called Engaging Combat Oblivion to use the MCM to change settings for that mod. I installed both the mods manually and tapping on L showed the new MCM menu, which was awesome. All the mods that have MCM settings will appear on the left, and currently we have only one entry, Engaging Combat. I was able to select the bleed and burn duration. We can also disable Engaging Combat spell burn option. We can also tap on the MCM settings to change the default key binding. I feel an MCM is a great idea. I look forward to more mod authors using the system. Thank you MadAborModding for showing what's possible with Unreal Engine modding. Next, Oblivion Travelers by monkeyangie adds 52 different travelers to the roads of Cyrodiil. They travel from city to city, hopefully making the roads feel a little more alive. They are not essential, meaning they can die, but they will respawn. Some travelers can repair your gear. In my testing, I found a large group of travelers in a Shading Hall, and one NPC could even repair my items. Another NPC even commented on our faction status.
You're the one who restored the Knights of the Nine, right? Well done, if I may say so. We could use more people like you these days.
Very cool. Near Bruma, I found a lone wanderer and another NPC. This is an amazing mod. Thank you monkeyangie for adding much needed life to the roads of Cyrodiil. Alright, let's see what's happening in the Skyrim world. So Wandering Merchants, Skyrim and Solstheim by RainstormWander adds 40 Wandering Merchants to the world. You have 35 in Skyrim and 5 in Solstheim. These merchants have interesting backgrounds. They are ex-mercenaries, former bandits and retired soldiers now in the mercantile business. Essentially, you can expect to find general goods merchants in wilderness or cities. If you see NPCs with backpacks in your travel, they are from Wandering Merchants. Mostly you find solo traders, but sometimes you can also find 2 or more merchants visiting towns trying to eke out a living in this harsh province. Thank you RainstormWander for a great mod that adds a lot of convenience when adventuring. Next, Immersive Fish Person Messages uses Dynamic String Distributor, an SKAC plugin, to automatically replace intrusive, unimmersive and overall bland in-game messages, spells, shouts and game settings with over 650 handwritten replacements with a balance between immersion, flavor and universality. In my testing, I noticed a few messages when exploring a dungeon. Here we see I've made a quick note in my journal. You get this message when you quick save. And then we have I can't carry anymore. This message appears when we are over encumbered. If we open the JSON files, we find hundreds of messages that can pop up as you play the game. For example, my disease are cured. I feel my lover's comfort after that sleep. I guess when you sleep with your spouse, you get that message. This person cannot teach me anymore. Okay, I can't travel from here. Okay, if you can't fast travel, I guess you get that message. Nice. The mod author has extended the immersive first-person messages functionality to other mods messages like Winter Sun, Ordinator and more. Thank you AdventTalon for this mod, and I don't think we will encounter all of those messages in one playthrough. Amazing work. From the established lore, we know that the ancient Atmorans worship the hawk, and Nords often associate the goddess Kine with the hawk. Thus, we see the iconic stylized hawk motifs when we visit those spectacular Nordic ruins all over Skyrim. Children of the North Wind, Nordic Ruin Diversity by TheOneTrueFuzzBeed replaces the iconic hawk motif used in various ancient Nordic architecture and clutter with variants based on the other 8 animal totems of the Nordic pantheon. So expect to find bear, dragon, fox, moth, owl, snake, whale and wolf totems on the arches and the totem poles. Dragon cult temples like Labyrinthian and Skudafin gets dragon totems, while Jukar's Monument, a location associated with the Mara quest, receives the wolf totem. Let's take a look at some of these changes, shall we? Thank you TheOneTrueFuzzBeed for a fantastic mod that adds some much needed variety to Nordic ruins that in my opinion complements the vanilla style well while not being over the top. OpenMW Disenchanting by Only Me enables your character to learn to enchant an item's effect, re-enchant any item, and level up by disenchanting. You have to hold shift to disenchant an item when equipped. Once the process is done, you get an unenchanted version of the item, knowledge of the effect which appears in your spellbook when you enchant, a small soul gem with a portion of the power, and experience for your character's enchanting skill. I like the idea. Instead of selling a bunch of enchanted items we won't ever use, I would rather disenchant them and learn their effects. I would like the mod author to update the UI so it's clearer. In my setup, the UI elements was on a translucent background and they were difficult to spot. Thank you Only Me for a cool idea. Only Me also updated their old mod, OpenMW 0.49 floating health bars, with many fixes like better vertical positioning for unknown models, better integration in other mods and more. The mod is also fully customizable, where you can customize what you want to show on those floating health bars. You can customize colors too. I love this mod as it gives you a lot of visual feedback when fighting enemies. It also helps in identifying foes from friends. Thank you Only Me, this mod will always stay in my load order. The Wandering Shield by nibbyyibby is a low-friendly quest to acquire the Spellbreaker artifact shield without needing to be a vampire. This powerful Daedric artifact is found in the Dwemer Ruin, Buthwand, when playing the quest The Imprisonment of Mastrius, which can be started only if the player character is playing as a vampire. Now with this mod, non-vampire players can assist the Imperial Cult Oracle in unraveling the mystery of the disappearing shield. The mod also changes the Spellbreaker to have more powerful enchantments compared to vanilla. Thank you nibbyyibby for allowing non-vampire characters to acquire the Spellbreaker. Alright, we have come to the end of this week's Elder Scrolls modding news. Do share your comments about this new format and also share your insights if you have tested these mods. Your experience will help others. Please endorse and support more authors who have given so much to the Elder Scrolls community. Thank you so much for watching. May the divines watch over you.